everyone, I am Niveda Muralidharan. I want to thank you personally for signing for my Amazon e-commerce workshop. This video is recorded an idea to give you a brief overview of Amazon selling, and I request you to watch the video from the beginning till the end before you attend the live workshop. Here are some of the questions that I generally get about Amazon selling. The first question is that, do I need a GST for selling on Amazon? Yes. You need a GST to sell your products on Amazon. However, there are few exceptions to this. If your product is coming under 0% GST, non-GST or exempted categories, then you don't need a GST. Now you may get a question, what is this 0% GST, etc. In simple words, government has classified few products as 0% GST, where we won't pay any tax. That is called 0% GST. If you are planning to sell this product, or if you are a manufacturer of these products, then you don't need a GST number to sell on Amazon. The next question that you may get is that, is my product coming under 0%? I made handmade product, that, this, etc. Don't worry. To make the process simpler, I have mentioned a link below this video. Just click on the link and you will get a PDF document. I have mentioned the list of commodities that come under 0% GST. If you are planning to sell it, then you don't need a GST at all. Some examples of 0% GST are printed books, hearing aids, etc. All these come under 0% GST. So if you are planning to sell these products, you don't need a GST. But if you ask me, should I take a GST? I would say yes, because once you take the GST, the product opportunity increases. You won't restrict yourself to the 0% items. The product opportunity increases, so your sales will increase, and this business will be your profitable business. It will not be like a side business or not. It's going to be a full-time profitable business for you. So I would highly recommend you to take a GST. Now the next question that I get is that, what are the documents required to take a GST? How can I take it? How much it is going to charge you? GST is very simple process. Many things that it's a very big process, we require a big team and all, nothing like that. To take GST, you can contact auditors. In case you feel you don't have auditors contact, I have mentioned few links like ClearTax, Vakil Search below this video. You can contact them and they will call you or they will mail you the list of documents that are required for GST. In hardly 20 to 30 days, you should get your GST done. So they will share a document checklist like Aadhaar card, rental agreement, EB bill copy, etc. Please keep the documents ready, whatever they are asking. They may ask you charges maximum 3,000. It may vary. Sometimes they ask 1,000, 1,500. So maximum 3,000 rupees only you will be spending for it, and you will take up a GST and they will share you all the document checklist. It is a small process, very small process, because many are stuck in this point itself. Many feel that, should I take a GST, then I won't do business at all. You are completely wrong. That is a small investment. That's it. The next question that I receive is that, I am working in a company. Am I eligible to take a GST? Yes, you can take a GST. There is no legal policies which says that you can't take a GST, so you can take a GST even if you're working in a company. And another common question is that, I already have a GST and I am using it on some other business, etc. Can I use the same for Amazon selling? Yes, definitely. You can use the same GST on Amazon selling also. If you already have a GST, use the same GST. So now GST is ready. And what are the other documents required would be the next question that you will be getting. I want to add one more point to the GST. In case you are taking a new GST, there are two types of GST. One is regular GST, another is composite GST. So we call it as regular and composite dealer. So please inform your auditor or ClearTax or Vakil Search that you want only regular GST. You have to take regular GST. Composite GST persons are not allowed to sell on Amazon. I repeat, you need regular GST only. So please inform your auditor, whomsoever is taking your GST. We need regular GST to sell on Amazon. Now once you have the GST, the other document is that you need a PAN card. You need bank account details, which can be savings or current, that does not matter at all. And of course, an email address and a phone number. Only these are the documents required to sell on Amazon. So now I'm going to share you how you can register yourself as a seller on Amazon. Before that, I want to make few things very clear. Before you are starting a business, you should know the ins and out of it. So I'm going to share you what are the expenses involved in e-commerce business. The first expense that is involved in e-commerce business is Amazon commissions. We are using Amazon platform to sell our products. So Amazon is charging us some commissions. So there are three different types of commission they are going to charge us. Let me explain one by one. The first is the referral fees. If you are selling a particular product, some charges are debited based on the category. For example, consider that I am planning to sell video games, then 7% of the selling price, whatever the price that is displayed on Amazon, 7% is taken as referral fees by Amazon. All these fees are debited only if a product is sold. If a product is listed, there is no charges. Only if a product has got sold, they are going to charge us referral charges based on category. Next is closing fees. What is closing fees? Based on the price lab. For example, consider that I am doing a product in Easy Ship. Don't worry, I will explain what is Easy Ship, Self Ship, FBA in the workshop. So now just for idea I am sharing. Consider I am selling a product in Easy Ship of 550 rupees. Then 28 rupees closing fees is charged by Amazon once a product has got sold. So these two are the commission charges. Apart from this, there is shipping charges. What is shipping charges? Very simple. We are going to ship our products from our place or from Amazon place to customer. So there is shipping charges. We are receiving the parcel, right? So for each and everything, courier is going to charge us. And there is a price slab based on the weight of the product, like 500 grams, extra 500 grams, after 1 kg, after 5 kgs. There is a price slab based on this. Shipping charges are charged to us. So once we make a sale on Amazon, we would be charged all these referral fees, closing fees, shipping charges, or there is one more fees called FBA cost. Shipping charges means, consider I am shipping my parcel to the customer. It is called shipping cost. FBA cost means, consider that Amazon is shipping the parcel from FBA warehouse. It is called FBA cost. Don't worry, I repeat again, all these FBA stuffs I will be covering up in the workshop. So now the first major expense in Amazon selling is that they are going to charge some commissions. The next is a small charges. All these are small charges which I mentioned. The major cost is commission part, all the shipping part, etc. Next is stationery or packing. Consider that we may have to print out some courier labels, we may have to paste it using a cello tape, we may have to have some carton boxes, etc. All these come under stationery or packing cost, which will be a very, very smaller amount. Next is return cost. What is return cost? You should have purchased a product online before. And very simple, most of them would have returned a product because of some size issue or some other reason. Consider that a person purchased a product and he's saying that he's not happy with the size of the shirt that he's wearing. He will return the parcel. Now this return charges is there, right? It is charged to the seller. I repeat again, if a product is returned by the customer, it is called customer return. For this, the charges are charged to the seller only. Amazon will not bear the cost. Seller will have to bear the cost. So there will be return cost, which is part and parcel of e-commerce selling. You will get returns, yes. So return cost is another cost, major cost. Next is miscellaneous. What is miscellaneous? Very simple. Miscellaneous means some unexpected cost. This may not happen each and every month, but it may come suddenly. Let me give you an example. Few years back, we had a very big rainfall in Chennai. At that time, I had some parcels in Amazon warehouse and most of the parcels in my own home. So due to this rain, some of the parcel got wet and it got damages since it was electronic toys. So that was one of the biggest lesson for me on how to maintain a warehouse properly. So these are miscellaneous charges, some unexpected charges due to some mishandling of shipments or something like that, which may or may not occur. And the next is GST filing. What is GST filing? Once you have taken up a GST, it is important for everyone to file GST on a regular basis, monthly basis. So consider that you don't have GST, you won't have this particular charges. But if you have taken a GST, you will have to contact the service providers like Vakil Search or ClearTax or some of your auditor to do GST filing month on month. Even I do GST filing month on month. There are few people who do it on their own. It's up to you. But I prefer hiring an auditor, and you can do GST filing month on month. So these are the major expenses once you start an e-commerce business with Amazon. So this is actually a pre-recorded video. So where I'll be walking you through the entire process of how to do a registration. Before starting this, I just want to make one thing clear. If you already have an Amazon Seller Central account, don't try to create multiple accounts. Okay, that is the reason I already have a pre-recorded video and I'm walking through it. Okay, because when you create more than one accounts, when you create multiple accounts, Amazon will ban you. They will say that you are creating duplicate accounts and they will ask you an explanation. So please don't do that. And let me play this video. It will be very easy and I'll be explaining you one by one. It is as simple as doing a Facebook account. So this URL, this particular URL is below this video. So make sure that you're clicking on this video and you will be navigated to a page like this. Here, click on create your Amazon account since we don't have the account. Enter your exact name, enter the mobile number. Though the email is optional, enter the email address and enter the password. So I'm entering all the details here, and for security reasons I'll skip on to the next page because I'll hide the mobile number and I'll hide the password. So once it is done, you will get a text message to get the OTP. So once it is done only, you will come to this particular page. You actually don't need an email address, but I would highly recommend you to add an email address to this Seller Central account. And not only that, try to have a separate email ID. Don't confuse it with your office or other businesses because you may get a lot of notifications from Amazon. It will be easy for us to track all the details. In the next page, you have to enter your company or business name exactly as per GST records. So in case you don't have a GST, just enter your company name. If you have a GST, go to the GST PDF file and enter the same name and agree to the terms and click on continue. Once you have done, it will be navigated to the next page. So it is actually verifying all the details here. So once this is done, it will go to the next page. Here we have to again enter the number and click on send SMS. Here we have to enter the store name. Once you enter the store name, you can click on check availability to check the availability of the store, and the store name is available means you can proceed, else make changes in the store name. And one more thing, anytime you can change the store name, so don't spend a lot of time in this. How many ever times you want, you can change the store names. Now next is that you have to select a product category, and it is not necessary that you can sell in only one category, or once you select a category you cannot change. Everything is changeable. Just select one basic category here. I have selected here as books for dummy purpose. So now enter the pin code, address line 1, 2, etc. In case you are entering a wrong detail, it will throw you a pop-up. Now I have entered the wrong details here and it will be throwing me error. Actually this address is not proper, this address is not proper. So make sure that you are entering the exact address. Don't do any mistake here, and there is no problem if you do mistake also, we can change it in the future. So for security reasons, I will be passing the video and I have entered the address, and after entering the correct address, I have clicked on continue so that the process is working perfectly for me. In the next page, it will be asking how you want to ship the products. FBA, Easy Ship, Self Ship. I repeat, I'll be covering all these three modes in the workshop. You can check out whether your PIN code is serviceable or not by entering your PIN code and clicking on verify. Once this is done, the next page will be navigated. Here, it will ask us to enable two-step verification. which means you will get an OTP to your mobile number every time you log into your account. So in case you are sharing your username password with someone, then also we need this OTP. So please enter your number, or you can go with this Authenticator app where you will download an app and you will get code every time. It's up to you whether you are selecting a phone number or Authenticator app. Please do this, complete this process. Only after this your account will be enabled. So just select the option and then it will come to this particular page. Just click on don't require OTP on this browser and click on the enable two-step verification. Once this is done, you are all set and you are going inside this particular Amazon Seller Central, and here you will have to enter all your bank details, GST number, etc. So this is the backend panel. We are all set and we are all in. So in the workshop, I'll be sharing you how you can enter all these details, how you can go and figure out your GST details, how you can enter it, how you can enter your bank details. So what is this backend is exactly like, etc. But once you have completed this step, you are all set and your Amazon seller account is actually opened. Now you can save your username and password and log into this account anytime you want. And make sure that you are not sharing your username password with anyone. This is what I thought of sharing, and so make sure that you're joining the workshop live because I'll be sharing you all the valuable information. See you inside the workshop.